Hi everyone, Anthony Morganti here. Today we're going to take a look at Content Aware Fill in Photoshop. Content Aware Fill is a great tool to use when you need to get rid of something in your image. For example, I have this image of the sculpture, and to the right of the sculpture you can see there's this little pedestal. Let's just say I don't like the pedestal. I want to get rid of it. Well, this is where Content Aware Fill would come in. Now in Photoshop, there's actually two different types of Content Aware Fill. One is more automatic and a little quicker to use, and the other one has more settings and it isn't quite as automatic, but it may work better in some situations. I'm going to show them both to you. Let's start with that first one, the one that is more automatic. It is destructive, so when you want to use this Content Aware Fill, that is this one that is more automatic, be aware that it is more destructive, so do what you need to do to protect your original image. In this case, the background layer I'm going to duplicate by hitting Command J, and we'll be doing our Content Aware Fill operation on layer 1. Now what you need to do first is get a selection of what you want to remove. This is very important. The better your selection, the better Content Aware Fill will work. Don't, though, get an exact selection, meaning don't use like the quick selection tool and get an exact selection of the object you want to remove like this, because it won't look right. You need something that gives a little more space around the edges of what you want to remove. That way, Content Aware Fill can kind of feather the edge a little better and make it look more natural. So we don't want to get this exact selection. As a matter of fact, at the end of the video, I'll show you what it will look like if you did get an exact selection. So I'm going to get rid of this. Now, typically, you'd most often probably use the lasso tool to get your selection. So you just kind of paint around, or draw around, I should say, whatever it is you want to get rid of. So you could do that. In this case, because this is like a nice rectangle, I could use the rectangular marquee tool, and I could come outside of it and I could get my selection that way. So it doesn't really matter what tool you use to get your selection, as long as that selection isn't a real tight, exact selection. So I like this selection. Now I want to use that first Content Aware Fill, the one that is more automatic. To do it, go up to Edit, and it's in the Fill dialog box. Now you can see on my Mac it's showing that a keyboard shortcut for this is Shift F5. On your PC, go up to Edit, down to Fill, and you can see what the keyboard shortcut is on your computer as well. Also, for you Mac users, there is another keyboard shortcut. The one that I always use is Shift Delete. Hold in Shift Delete and you'll automatically bring up this Fill dialog box. Let me move it over here. Now what you want to do is change the contents to Content Aware. You can see it changed a little bit here. Make sure that color adaptation is checked. It just makes it blend better. Your blend mode is normal. You want the opacity to be 100%, and you don't need to preserve a transparency. There's no transparency here. We're not dealing with a PNG file. So we're going to click OK, and you'll see that it will automatically remove what was there. And I'll get rid of this selection by hitting Command D to deselect. Now, it actually did a pretty good job, but you could see that it repeated some pixels. You could see that this piece of grass is also repeated over here. I believe that is actually called Phragmites. So this piece of Phragmites is also repeated over here. So if I chose to use this Content Aware Fill, I would have to probably fix this. And to do it, I'd probably get the clone stamp tool. I'll hit the S key for the clone stamp tool. And with the clone stamp tool, you would sample an area first by holding in the Alter Option key and clicking an area to sample. And then you come in and you could paint away like there. And maybe I could sample like, whoops, there, and then paint over here, paint over here. So you got to try to make it. So it's a little more work using this specific Content Aware Fill. Let's get rid of this layer. Throw it right out. And I'll show you that second Content Aware Fill. Now this one isn't quite as destructive, so I don't need to duplicate the background layer, but I do need to get that selection. So I'll get the same selection using the rectangular marquee tool again. And like that, looks pretty good. So we have our selection. Now this content aware fill is again under the edit menu. And if you go down just past fill, you'll see content aware fill right here. So we'll choose this one. And when you do that, you'll get a big dialog box. And you'll see that we have this content aware fill look. I guess on the left hand side is our original image. On the right hand side is the preview of the image. Now if you need to move your image around, hold the space bar in, and when you do that, the cursor will temporarily turn into the hand key, and you could drag it around. Now you can go up here and click the hand tool as well if you prefer to do it that way. Now there's 3 different ways to sample the image. There's auto, rectangular, and custom. My experience with this tool is auto usually works. So I'm going to click on auto, and you'll see that it automatically put green on the image where it's sampling, and you could see that it did pretty much what the other content aware fill did, is it repeated this piece of Phragmites. And you know, is that good? Is that bad? Well, we don't want it to repeat that piece of grass. So with this tool though, we also come with a brush. We could add to the sampling area or remove from the sampling area. We have the minus brush right here now. So I'm going to remove. I'm just going to click where that piece of grass is that it's copying. And you'll see that in this preview, it got rid of it. So we could just draw around, maybe get rid of these grasses over here. Don't want it to repeat that. And then you let it refresh over here. And you could see it did a pretty good job. The other sampling areas, the rectangular, what it does, instead of, see how this one just kind of automatically picked areas and it's not necessarily a rectangle? Well, if you want it to pick a rectangle, just do that and it samples a rectangular area. Again, it repeated this piece of grass. So you would again have to get the minus brush. By the way, if you have one or the other, let's say you have the plus brush in to add to the sample, like you're adding to it, and you want to subtract, just hold the Alt or Option key in, and then you could automatically switch between these 2 brushes, like that. So we're going to switch, or we're going to get rid of this. So you can see that there's our content aware fill. Now custom, this may not work. Sometimes when you do auto and rectangular first before you do custom, it will come up with this. Yeah, could not fill because there is not enough remaining pixels to fill the hole. All that means is that typically you would start out with custom and nothing is filled in, and you would start painting where you want it to sample. Sometimes that works fine, sometimes not. Most often I found it doesn't work great. Now to get it to blend a little better, if you're seeing lines or something like that, you could come down to fill settings and change the color adaptation to maybe very high, and it will see what it did there. It kind of made it more blurry. So you may want to stay with default or maybe try none. So you could try these and see what it looks like. See, that doesn't look as good as default. Rotation, adaptation, you could try this. So you just try these and see what it looks like. Like that doesn't look good at all. You can see that this full, what it does, it just kind of bent it and it doesn't look right. So we'll go back to none. You could try the scale and mirror. If you scale it, it actually kind of zooms it in a little bit. It doesn't look right. If you do mirror, it just kind of flips it horizontally. It doesn't look right either. Don't like that. And that looks pretty good actually, just the way it is, either with auto or rectangular and auto. It automatically put this back again, so I need to get rid of it, that piece of grass. And that's fine. Now you could output it to a duplicate layer. That's why I mentioned that this specific content aware fill tool isn't as destructive as that first one I showed you. We could just send it to a duplicate layer or a new layer or a current layer. We're just going to send it to the current duplicate layer and click OK. And there you can see we removed it. We still have our selection there. Hit Command or Control D to get rid of it, and it looks pretty good. So let's just real quick, I want to show you what would happen if you got a more precise selection. A selection of this pedestal exactly, and why it doesn't work as well. Let's go to a selection tool. I use that quick. I think an object selection tool might work better. The object selection tool, I could draw this rectangle over this, and then it will find that pedestal and automatically select it. And you can see how we have an exact selection of that pedestal. Let's go to that first content aware fill. Now I'm not I'm not doing good Photoshop technique in that I didn't duplicate the background layer first, but that's all right. We'll go up to Edit and then to this fill, and we're going to do Content Aware again, same settings, and click OK. And you'll see that if I hit Command D and if I zoom in, and if I hold the space bar in so we could drag, you could see these lines, how it really doesn't blend in properly. And it would do the exact same thing if we used that other content aware fill too, doing this kind of exact, more precise selection. So when you do your selections, make sure you leave some space around the edges of the object you want to replace. Thank you, everyone who watches my videos. I really do appreciate it. I'll talk to you guys soon.